Hello, fellow players of Hero Wars. I'm Jay. Welcome to Jay vs. Hero Wars. Today I will be talking about Guild Wars and kind of looking at order of operations, if you will. Yes, very similar to math, but that's not exactly what we're talking about. When we are looking at the Guild War, right? One of the common questions that I get is I have a mark at the Foundry. The Guild War just started. Why can I not simply just attack that location? Another question that we will be considering as well is when we're trying to access the Citadel, is the Gates of Nature the only access point we have to access the Citadel? So those are a couple of questions we hope to answer when we're looking at the order of operations for the Guild War. Now, without further ado, let's check it out. Alright guys, so today we are going to be looking at Guild Wars, and I am going to be talking about the order of operations in which you can attack. So before we do that, let's go to Guild Wars, and let's just plan tomorrow's defense, or go to that page so we can take a look at a Guild War map. And here we're looking at a Gold League Guild War map. Yes, it's mirrored. Yes, it looks exactly like it would if you were looking at your own defense during a war. It doesn't look like the offensive one because, again, it's mirrored. For Gold League, this is going to look different from qualifying, bronze, and silver as well, because as you'll notice, Barracks and all the other buildings have an additional spot for a champion team. It's going to look different from cross servers as well, because in cross server you have the one Titan team and the three hero teams, just like for Grand Arena. But that's not the case with the map we're looking at here, which at the end of the day, it's all gonna make sense. So when we're talking about order of operations, these are the four buildings you can attack first: the Mage Academy, Barracks, Lighthouse, and Bridge. The best way to think about that is when you look at this starting circle, if you will, that's what I'm calling it. You can't jump over this space because you see a space here between the Foundry and Barracks. Just imagine it's pretty similar from the Mage Academy and Spring of Elements. It's just not drawn to perfect scale. So what does that mean? You can't hit any of these buildings back here until you take out the bridge. So the bridge is a really essential piece in the Guild War. You need to take it out. After you take out the bridge, what do you have access to? You have access to 5 more buildings. You have access to the Spring of Elements, the Foundry, the Bastion of Fire, the Bastion of Ice, and the Gates of Nature. The only building still locked at this point will be the Citadel, which is pretty important because the Citadel grants the largest amount of bonus points, if you will, for completely taking out all the champions in that area. So the Foundry and Spring of Elements don't unlock anything. You beat them, you capture that building, awesome. But here is where I also get a lot of questions. So do we have to take out the Gate of Nature, or Gates of Nature, right? Is that the one we have to go after to access the Citadel? No. You can take out any of these 3 buildings, whether it's the Bastion of Ice, Gates of Nature, or the Bastion of Fire, to take out the Citadel or attack the Citadel. You just need to simply take out one of those 3 buildings. So what does that mean? Yes, you always have access to the Lighthouse, Barracks, and Mage Academy, but essentially it means bridge, then one of the 3, Bastion of Fire, Gates of Nature, or Bastion of Ice, and then you have access to the Citadel. You don't need to take out all 3. You don't have to take out the Gates of Nature. You can take out the Gates of Nature first, but if you take down any 4 or 3, depending on what you're looking at, if you take out any single one of these 3, whether again it's the Bastion of Ice, Bastion of Fire, or Gates of Nature, you have access to the Citadel. So with that all being said, that is essentially how we can take a look at the order of operations for the Guild War. That's essentially how these work. I hope this helps you guys out, especially for you new guys figuring out Guild Wars. I know it's a lot to navigate, but again, I think the keys here are the bridge is a very important building to take down, and you don't have to take out the Gate of Nature to necessarily have a chance to attack the Citadel. You can look at what is the weakest structure between the three structures that I talked about here, whether it's the Bastion of Ice or Fire or the Gate of Nature. All right, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you all in Dominion kicking butt in the Guild War.